Case will start the second half with the basketball. They'll move from right to left in their home whites trimmed in blue and silver. And Washington and Jefferson in black and red. Black uniforms trimmed in red with a white and red trim presidents across their chest. Erin Hollinger has the basketball. She had 18 points to lead all scorers in the opening half. Off to Henry. Cross-court pass to Marissa Miles. Miles gets it into Hollinger. Hollinger with position. Shot off the glass. Missed it. Ball knocked out of bounds off of Iacano, I believe. And Washington and Jefferson will get the basketball.
Well, first half was led by Erin Hollinger. She had 18 points in that first half run. 8 of 10 from the floor for Erin Hollinger.
Rivera with the basketball for Washington and Jefferson. To Emily Abraham. 3 in the air, left wing, missed it. And Iacano comes down with a rebound. Evie Iacano inside at 5'8", pulls down a rebound. Down the floor, Marissa Miles, 3 in the air, right corner, missed it. Ball's loose. And Seaman comes up with it. Off to Rivera. Here come the Presidents moving from left to right. Opening moments here in the second half. 19 minutes left to play in this basketball game. The men will follow. An 8 o'clock tip against Baldwin Wallace. Rivera all the way in, left side, off the glass, missed it. McKittrick with the rebound. Her follow won't go. Ball's loose on the floor. And Vanessa Rivera comes down with it. Off to Emily Abraham. Left wing, 3 in the air, misses it. Long rebound out to Iacano. Iacano and Ifelice, 2-on-2. And Evie pulls up and kicks it off to Henry. Henry now to Miles. She'll spot up a 3, right wing, air ball. Hollinger underneath, gets it, double team, kicks it out to Henry. Top of the key between the circles, it's Iacano, and they'll set the Case offense.
And Washington Jefferson's backed into a man-to-man. They were mostly zone early on in that first half.
6 seconds to shoot for Case. Henry will spot a 3 to the long range and makes it. Right wing 3 for Caitlin Henry, her first basket of the evening. Henry averaged 12 points, double figures a year ago for this Case women's basketball team. Spartans back on the plus 20 side. They're up 22. Nice move inside by Seaman. Right-handed spin back to the left. Missed the layup. Here comes Iacano. Iacano down. Spots up. 15-footer left of the foul line. Missed it. Ball knocked out of bounds by Marissa Miles. And Washington and Jefferson will get it back. Up next for Case, Ed, as we look forward to this basketball season on Friday, they'll be at Muskingum, and then on Saturday at Earlham. They'll travel to Indiana to take on Earlham on Saturday. So it's Muskingum on Friday, Earlham on Saturday. But it's Washington and Jefferson here tonight in Horsburgh Gymnasium. McKittrick, right block, missed the shot. Ifelice down with the rebound. Left-handed dribble. Now back to the right. Henry between the circles, swings it right side to Miles. Miles, ball at her hip. Top of the key to Ifelice. Ball above her head over to Iacano. Left corner, Caitlin Henry in front of that Case bench. 12 seconds to shoot. Ifelice with it. Ball fake right. Still has it. Looks inside. Now to Henry. 7 seconds to shoot. Caitlin forces up a 3. A long rebound. It was missed. And coming down with it is Abraham. Off to Rivera. And here come the Presidents. Vanessa Rivera will run this Washington and Jefferson offense with Iacano all over. Evie Iacano steals the basketball. Ball's loose on the floor. Still loose. Ifelice picks it up. Down the floor to Hollinger. Knocked out of bounds. No. Tipped up by Abraham. Went off the rim and comes back down to the waiting arms of Vanessa Rivera. She dribbles down, gets the ball stolen, knocked out of bounds. And they're going to call a body foul on Evie Iacano.
Had the pass cross court. It got tipped, and instead of going out of bounds, it caught the rim and came back into play. And with that, Washington Jefferson pushed down the floor, and eventually Case was called for the foul on Evie Iacano.
So for Evie Iacano, that is her first team foul for the Spartans in the second half. Washington and Jefferson with the basketball, a fresh 30 to shoot. Rivera with it with Iacano. Tight pressure, man-to-man defense. Right corner, it's Seaman. Work it inside. Working inside to Walsh. And Courtney turned around, and we've got a foul inside. Foul is on. And I was looking down at my scoreboard.
I believe it'll be Erica Ifelice will get called for the foul coming over the top.
You're right, that's 3. 3 fouls on Ifelice, and they're going to immediately get her out of the basketball game. So she'll take a seat on the bench. Feed inside to McKittrick on the inbounds pass. Nice strong move off the glass. It's good. Jamie McKittrick has 4. And it's 20 points. 20-point lead for Case, 43-23. Iacano with the basketball, top of the key to Caitlin Henry. Case working it on the left side in front of their own bench. Dribbling in, left baseline is Sarah Milligan. We got a whistle and a foul on that baseline. Foul's going to go against Jamie McKittrick. That will be her fourth. They've got her for 3. So obviously I made a mistake along the way. So she's got 3. So McKittrick with 3. She'll remain in the game. Case with a forced inbounds pass. Ball's loose on the floor. Hollinger's fighting for it along with Strimmel. Strimmel comes up with it, then loses it in the backcourt. Then Rivera gets it back. Here comes Washington and Jefferson on the break. Rivera splits the defense, lays it up and in. Vanessa Rivera with 4, and the lead has been cut to 18 for Case. Iacana with the basketball, left-hand dribble. Top of the key now to Henry. Henry with Walsh on her. Over to Sarah Milligan. Now in the right corner, it's Marissa Miles for Case. Iacana with it, right wing. 5 seconds to shoot. Milligan, 3 from the right corner. It's short, and the long rebound goes out of bounds. Loose ball goes out of bounds. Washington and Jefferson will get it back.
Now a different first 5 minutes of the half than it was to start the ball game. Case led 17-3 at this point in the first half. It's now a 4-3 game here in the second half. Case's only bucket being Caitlin Henry's three-pointer.
Rivera works it to Seaman, right side in front of her home bench. Presidents with the basketball. Top of the key to McKittrick. Back to Seaman. Seaman dribbles in, draws the defense, kicks it off to Walsh. Good defensive pressure that time by, I believe, Sarah Milligan. She picked it. Henry came up with it, hands it off to Iacana. Here comes Case. Milligan back to Iacana between the circles. Caitlin Henry now with it, left wing. It's Henry and Hollinger on the left side. It's Miles, Milligan, and Iacana on the other side for Case. Vanessa Rivera knocks a pass away, knocks it out of bounds, and Case will keep it. 12 seconds to shoot for the Spartans. Iacana will inbound it for Case. Looking. Finds Marissa Miles in the left corner. Back to Iacana on the left block to Hollinger. Dribbles right. Kicks it out to Sarah Milligan. 3 in the air. It's short. And fighting for the rebound. Knocked out of bounds by Case. And the Presidents will get the basketball. Checking in for the Spartans off the bench is Chelsea Peck. Peck will come in. She'll take the place of Marissa Miles. Miles hits the bench, a starter. She's scoreless. Chelsea Peck comes in with 3 first-half points.
Well, Peck goes 5'10". Miles goes to the bench. She was at 6 foot. Ron, that's an advantage the Case has this year that they haven't in years past, is some height and some depth in that height. In years past, they were playing a lot smaller than some other teams, especially in the UAA.
Ed, the Presidents aren't going away. Strimmel with it. Left baseline. Throws up a 3 and hits it. It's 43-28, a 15-point game.
It's a 7-3 run to start the second half.
Now remember, this is a program that has 8 straight 20-win seasons. They won 23 games a year ago. And they've been to the Division III National Tournament 4 times in the last 5 years. So they are used to winning. Caitlin Henry with the basketball. Works it inside to Hollinger. Hollinger gets tied up, knocked over, and we're going to have a foul inside on Washington and Jefferson.
That was a well-designed play. Nice pick and roll between Hollinger and Caitlin Henry. Hollinger set the screen and rolled down that Carl Malone-like move. Got to the high block and fought her way for the foul.
Foul's on Blair Cotton. That is her 3rd. Case works it inside. Sarah Milligan gets the shot blocked by Strimmel. And here comes Washington and Jefferson. Presidents with the basketball. Case up 15. Iacana, tight pressure defense between the circles. Rivera, left wing. Walsh, 3 in the air, makes it. Check that, it was Blair Cotton. Cotton hit the 3, she's got 5. It is a 12-point game. Coach Reimer wants a timeout, a full one. And Washington and Jefferson has battled back.
Opened this half on a 10-3 run. This was a team, Ron, Case came out and blitzed them early. 14-0 run. They led 25-3 at one point. And since then, it's a 28-17 run. And they have closed the gap to within 12.
So Washington and Jefferson has outscored Case by 11. since the Spartans opened up that 25-3 lead.
And a very balanced attack from Washington and Jefferson. Nobody with more than 5 points for the team. And they have 8 players in the scorebook. With Case, Erin Hollinger leads the way, 18 points, same amount she had at halftime. Evie Iacana has 8. Only player to score here in the second half for Case is Caitlin Henry. She hit a 3 early on in the half. Of note, Chelsea Peck has 3. Sarah Milligan has 3. Evie Iacana has, or Erica Iafalise has 3. And Emily Mueller has 5 points for the Spartans.
Washington Jefferson back on the floor with a little confidence in their step now. They have outscored Case 10-3 to start the second half. Spartans will have the basketball. They'll come back out with Caitlin Henry, Evie Iacana, Erin Hollinger, Marissa Miles, and Chelsea Peck. Hollinger has it between the circles.
And if you're looking for something statistically, there's Hollinger.
Hollinger dribbled left of the lane, laid it up and in, and was fouled.
To finish that thought, Ron, they had 11 turnovers, did the Presidents, about 12 minutes into the game. Since then, only 6 turnovers. They've cut it down, whereas Case had 2 turnovers in the first 10 minutes. They now have 12 in the ball game.
That foul was on Jamie McKittrick, and it's important for Washington and Jefferson because that is 4 fouls on one of their starters and top players. Hollinger missed the end of the three-point play. Presidents come down with a rebound.
Right here, ladies. Work right here.
Spartans up 14. Seaman dribbles in, draws the defense, kicks it out to Cotton, and Blair Cotton knocks down a 16-footer left of the foul line. Cotton has 7, leads at 12. Case walking on eggshells here with that big lead that they are very close to blowing. Well, Chelsea Peck over to Caitlin Henry.
And the Presidents have chipped away. They trailed by 19 at halftime, and about every minute they've knocked a point off.
Marissa Miles misses a long 3. Iacana follows it with the rebound, throws up a shot, but traveled in the process. Case is drawing a little cold here in the second half, and it's hard to say they've drawn cold when they were so red hot. They've, I guess, come back to normal. It was, I think, 61% at halftime. They're down to 48 right now in the second half.
16 of 26 at halftime. They're just 3 of 11 here in the second half.
Presidents trying to work it inside. Ball's knocked out of bounds by Case, so the Washington and Jefferson Presidents will keep it with 15 seconds to shoot. 12-17 left to play in this game. Case is up 12 at 45-33. Presidents with the inbounds pass. They work it inside. Turnaround shot is partially blocked. Kayla Strimmel went up with it. Case blocked it. It goes out of bounds, so the Presidents will keep it. 12 seconds to shoot. Blair Cotton gets the inbounds off to Seaman. Seaman works it inside, and we've got a whistle and a pushing foul underneath on Caitlin Henry. Foul's going to be on Caitlin Henry. That is her first, team third of the second half for Case. So Washington and Jefferson's going to get a fresh 30 on the shot clock.
I have Felice back in the ball game with 3 fouls.
That's significant because there was 12 seconds on the shot clock. When that second foul was committed, they get a fresh 30. Inbounds pass to Seaman. Seaman ball above her head in front of her own bench. Top of the key, 3 in the air for Washington and Jefferson. Rolls around, won't go. Cotton down with a rebound, though. Her follow won't go. Ball's loose on the floor. Hollinger's fighting for it. Ball's tied up. We've got a jump ball, and the possession arrow goes to the Presidents. 24 seconds to shoot, just inside 12 minutes to play. Case up 12. Washington and Jefferson got away with, it looked like 2 travels. Blair Cotton with it off to Seaman. Seaman back to Walsh. They kick it out. Left side, nice strong move on that left wing by Kayla Strimmel. She put up a shot, she missed it, and going for the rebound, a foul is committed. Courtney Walsh with the foul. Case will get it back. That is Walsh's first. Team 4th for Washington and Jefferson. Emily Moeller will check in for Case. Checking out will be Hollinger. Hollinger out of the game with 20 points. Moeller checks in with 5 first-half points.
And she had 5 quick ones near the end of the half, Ron. Well, it kind of gave Case a spark when they had drawn cold.
So Felice will set the offense for Case. To Moeller, they swing it left side to Miles. Miles looking into Peck. She's going to get a screen. Iacano from Peck. Iacano throws up a three. It's good. Right on that baseline screen off Chelsea Peck. Iacano got open, hit the three. She's got 11.
And 3 of 4 from deep.
Seaman works it right side to Strimmel. Strimmel, top of the key to Walsh. Back to Strimmel. Inside to Walsh, missed the shot. Muller comes down with a rebound. Here comes Felice for Case. Over to Muller, left wing. Muller ball above her head back to Marissa Miles. Looking inside. Looking inside to Chelsea Peck. Now it's Iacano with the basketball between the circles. Back to Miles. Miles gets it to Peck. Peck draws the defense off to Muller. Kicks it out. 5 seconds to shoot. Marissa Miles with it. Into Peck. 2 seconds to shoot. Triple team. Forces up a shot. Back off the rim. No good. And down with the rebound is Cotton. Here comes Seaman for Washington and Jefferson. Cotton gets it inside to Walsh. Right block. Forces up a shot. Rolls around and drops. Courtney Walsh with 2. She's got 5.
Chelsea.
Walsh and Peck are banging each other.
She's favoring that left arm, Ron. Chelsea Peck is.
They have really gotten physical with each other inside, those two. Iacano, spin dribble off to Felice. Feed, and we've
Peck
got a
is
timeout.
hurt.
Timeout on the floor by Case. 10 minutes, 1 second left to play in this basketball game. Spartans up 13 at 48-35.
And I think she either jammed her fingers or she hyperextended that elbow. But she is hurt, and they got her out of the game with the timeout. But down low, quite a battle going on in the low post with Chelsea Peck.
Well, Peck inside, the 5'10 sophomore forward, is banging around inside with Courtney Walsh, a 5'11 junior. If there's anybody that doesn't think the women's game is physical, they just need to come watch one of these games, especially once UAA play starts. You've got some brilliant teams in the league, like Washington and like Washington University of St. Louis, who just play the game in its purest form. And then you've got some just physically brutal teams like NYU.
NYU Brandeis is another one that can bring some big bodies, especially on the ladies' side. And you have teams that have a little bit of speed, like Emory out of Atlanta. They like to run up and down the floor.
4 seconds to shoot. Case just threw it out of bounds. I love watching Wash U pass the basketball. Every time we get to call their games every year, Ed, it's a clinic in fundamentals of basketball. 9:40 left to play in this one. Opening game of the season for the ladies of Case, and they're up 13, 48-35. Seaman dribble behind her back, kicks it left baseline. Washington and Jefferson tied up on that left baseline. Emily Muller goes down and ties up Caitlin Kristen. And the jump ball arrow possession will go Case's way, so the Spartans get the basketball back. Erica Felice will kick it off to her sophomore teammate, Evie Iacano. Iacano dribble between her legs on the right side. Top of the key now to Hollinger. Hollinger to Marissa Miles, left wing. Miles with Gruss guarding her. Top of the key, Iacano from Miles. Misses it, three-pointer, short, but Felice comes down with a long rebound. Fresh 30 on the clock for Case. 9 minutes left to play. 9 minutes left in this opening game for the Case women. Iacano with it, left wing, with Seaman guarding her. Iacano dribbles left baseline, Seaman cut in front of her, and Iacano picks up a foul on Kara Seaman. That will be her first.
Watch Washington Jefferson here. They are in a soft man-to-man, kind of a hybrid between the man-to-man and the loose zone.
Pass on the inbounds to Hollinger, kicks it off to Felice. They swing it right side to Iacano. Nice pass left of the baseline to Muller, and she missed the shot short. Seaman down with a rebound. Courtney Walsh with it. They're going to swing it all the way to the left side. Caitlin Kristen shot up, missed it. Walsh with the rebound, off the glass and good. Courtney Walsh has 7. Case quickly down the floor. Hollinger inside, missed a shot. Down on the floor, ball's loose. Gruss comes up with it for Washington and Jefferson. Case is up 11, Ed. 8:15 left to play. Case led 25-3 at one point in this basketball game. They were up 40-21 at halftime. They have been outscored 16-8 in the second half. Cotton with it. Right side makes it. Blair Cotton from the right wing just hit a shot, and this game is inside double digits. It's a 9-point game, 48-39 with plenty of time left. 7:50 left.
As hot as Case started the first half, they have drawn that cold here in the second. 3 of 16 from the floor.
Ifelis with it. Needs a three, shoots it, and makes it. Case needed that. Erica Ifelis, left at the top of the key, knocks down her second three of the night. She's got 6. Iacana really picking up the defense on the point guard, Kara Seaman, for Washington and Jefferson. Walsh now with it. Coach Blade said we need the D. Hollinger's trying to give it to him, and she does. Aaron Hollinger against Walsh, forced a missed shot. Here comes Ifelis. On the break, 3-on-3. She'll pull it back. Kicks it off to Muller. Swings it left side to Iacana. Crossover dribble. Now left of the lane. Dribbles in, draws the defense. Nice feed off to Hollinger. Beautiful play that time by Evie Iacana.
Now she draw the double team, and they forgot about Hollinger on the weak side, and Iacana did a nice job spotting her. And often when you're that wide open as a shooter down low, there's a chance to overshoot that, and Hollinger set, planted, and set it nicely off the glass, Ron. She didn't try to do too much with it.
Aaron Hollinger has 22 points. Iacana with 3 assists. Marissa Miles has 5 assists to lead Case this evening. There's a timeout on the floor. It's 53-39. Case is back up to 14. The lead was cut to 9 there with about 7:50 left. So in the last minute, they've increased it back to a 14-point lead when Ifelis hit the 3 from the top of the key, and then that nice feed from Iacana to not Emily Hollinger, but Aaron Hollinger for the easy bucket inside.
Yeah, Blair Cotton had single-handedly brought the Presidents back. She had scored 7 of the 10 points for Washington and Jefferson to draw them within 8 at 48-40. But 5 quick ones by Case, and it's back to check that, they're only going to give her a 2-pointer on that one. I had her for 3 as well. That was Cotton in the corner. So 53-39, back to 14.
Both teams check back out onto the basketball floor with 6 minutes and 59 seconds left to play. For Case, it'll be Henry, Hollinger, Ifelis, Iacana, and Marissa Miles, the original starting 5.
A critical 2 minutes or so for Case here. They need to play defense, not allow the Presidents to get one last spurt and get back in this ball game.
Vanessa Rivera back in, running the point for Washington and Jefferson with energy, and she immediately takes it to the basket and draws a foul.
14 fouls on start system half. Vanessa Rivera at the line shooting 2.
So Rivera's at the line. She'll shoot 2. She misses the first. Vanessa Rivera was 2 of 2 from the line in the opening half. She's got 4 points. A 79% free throw shooter a year ago. Second one is up and good. She's got 5.
That was the Presidents' first miss from the line. They'd been 5 for 5 in the game, now 6 of 7.
Foul was on Iacana. That was her second. So Case with the basketball, up 13. Nice feed from Henry to Iacana on the left block. And Evie gets a layup. She's got 13. Beautiful pass and look that time by Caitlin Henry. Washington and Jefferson with the basketball. Gruss with it. Nice feed inside. Caitlin Henry with good defense. Deflects it out. Ifelis and Iacana come up with it. Ifelis down the floor to Marissa Miles. Miles with Rivera on her. Left-hand dribble. Pass on the right block to Hollinger. Nice ball fake drives. Misses the shot, but she picked up a foul.
And she'll shoot 2, Ron, and if she hits both of them, she'll be the 24 points that'll tie her career high here at Case Western.
Aaron Hollinger's first free throw is up, and she misses it. Fouls on Gruss. That was her first.
Hollinger did not look comfortable on that shot, Ron. Her feet were a little antsy, just couldn't seem to find a comfortable spot on that line.
Hollinger had 18 points in the opening half. She has 22, make it 23 for the game as she makes the second free throw. 2 of 4 from the line tonight. Case up 16 with 6:10 left to go. Rivera with the basketball, working the crossover between the circles. Rivera still with it. Works it right side. Now in the game, Emily Abraham. Emily dribbles hard. Right block. Working that block against Ifelice. Nice speed on a cutter in the lane. Basket to Jamie McKittrick. Abraham with a nice feed. McKittrick was fouled. She's got 6. She'll look for 7 at the foul line.
Well, with 4 fouls, surprising how aggressive she was going to the basket on that run.
And McKittrick makes it. She's got 7. Foul for Case was on Hollinger. She's got 3. And she's now got the basketball. Case is up 13. Henry for 3 from the left wing. Misses it. Rebound out to Abraham. Here comes Washington and Jefferson. Down the floor to McKittrick, and the ball skips off her hands out of bounds. And Case will get it back. So with 5:24 left, Case is up 13, and they're in a dogfight with Washington and Jefferson. If you thought the Presidents would go away, you thought wrong. They were down 22 early on, down 19 at halftime, cut the lead to 9 at one point here in the second half. And Case with the basketball right side. Marissa Miles travels with it. Miles on that left wing, ball faked and drove and traveled with the basketball. Case turns it over.
That's a possession that hurts in 2 ways, Ron. 1, you didn't get a shot off, and 2, you only used 14 of the 30 seconds on the shot clock as well. So while you're trying to tick down the clock, you give the ball away without getting a shot off.
Sarah Milligan will check in. Miles will check out. Rivera with it for Washington and Jefferson. Works it to McKittrick with Hollinger on her. Back to Rivera, back to McKittrick. Double team picked up by Sarah Milligan, but McKittrick is a very talented offensive player. She makes it. She's got 9. Lead is at 11 for Case. Henry left side to Milligan, back to Iacano with Rivera on her. Now Henry, top of the key, inside to Hollinger, moves strong, misses the shot, gets her own rebound, kicks it out. Milligan spots up a 3 and misses it long. Henry with the rebound, back to Milligan, fresh 30.
Yeah, pull it out and reset.
Milligan, ball above her head, back to Iacano. Swings it right side, Ifelice. Foul line to Henry, back to Iacano. Plenty of time to shoot, 18 seconds. Ifelice with it, almost loses it out of bounds. Controls it off to Hollinger, 14-footer, soft shot, hard off the back of the rim. Here comes Abraham with the rebound. Iacano stepped in front of her, and a blocking foul on Evie Iacano. That will be her 3rd. Coach Reimer wants a timeout. Case will get it. 56-45, Spartans up 11 with 4 minutes, 8 seconds left. I think Coach Reimer maybe felt that the game was starting to get to a point where she didn't want it to get.
You can feel it just kind of swinging towards the Washington and Jefferson sideline. So calls the timeout, wants to regroup. Over the last 4 minutes, we talked about that. At the 6-minute mark, how important it was to maintain that same lead. It was 53-40 at that point. It was a 3-point lead, or 13-point lead. 2 minutes later, they've only managed to cut 2 points off. It's 56-45. They lead by 11. So here's where Case has to work on the defensive end, but they have to play it smart offensively as well. Come into the forecourt, either find an open shot and hit it, but work it around. Don't be afraid to use 20 to 22 seconds on that shot clock and make Washington and Jefferson come out and play you. Make them come out and step up and do something against you. But it's not a time to be overly aggressive, and I think that foul against Iacano showed that maybe they were getting a little too aggressive, maybe out of control, where she stepped in and took the block when she didn't need to.
We would like to remind everybody that the men's game will follow this one tonight. The men set to tip off at around 8 o'clock. They will host the Yellow Jackets of Baldwin Wallace. Both teams are here. I saw the Yellow Jackets come in at about halftime of the women's game. And Ed, you enjoyed a conversation with Coach McDonald at halftime of the women's game, so he's got his boys set for their first game of the season tonight in what is set up to be and hopefully will be in reality an exciting and maybe very special year for the Case men. But they'll start with a tough task. Baldwin Wallace always very good in basketball. So we're set for the final 4 minutes and 8 seconds of the women's game. McKittrick will inbound it to Rivera. They swing it to Abraham, and they're going to go all the way across the floor to Cotton. Washington and Jefferson with the ball. Rivera now has it between the circles, swings it right side. Crossover dribble. Iacano steals it. Hollinger picks up the loose ball. Aaron Hollinger, left-handed dribble, and missed the layup. Knocked out of bounds by Caitlin Henry. You know, Aaron had McKittrick on her hip, and McKittrick just stayed there because she's got 4 fouls.
Right, she couldn't be aggressive. And Hollinger, in some ways, probably should have pulled that back out, reset the offense.
One more time on defense.
So Washington and Jefferson gets the basketball back. McKittrick to Cotton, ball's kicked. Jefferson will keep it.
One pass away, ladies.
McKittrick, Rivera, Abraham, Cotton, along with Strimmel in the game for Washington and Jefferson. It's Ifelice, Iacano, Henry, Milligan, and Hollinger. Hollinger working against McKittrick. McKittrick put a shot up, missed it, and Milligan comes down with a rebound.
Chance to work it down to 3 minutes to play. If Case is smart offensively.
2-3 zone for Washington and Jefferson. Milligan with it, ball above her head. Top of the key now to Ifelice. They'll stay back in that 2-3 zone. They come out on the wings, but they stay back when the ball goes on top. Ifelice with it, left side, left block, shot up the glass, good.
Awkward but effective.
Erica Ifelice with 8. That wasn't the prettiest of shots, but it went in. Rivera to Strimmel, ball above her head in front of her own bench.
Be ready, ladies.
2:50 left to play in this game. Case up 13 at 58-45. Abraham with it. Strong dribble left side. Goes up. Nice defense by Hollinger. Milligan tipped it. Hollinger got it. And here comes Case. Evie Iacano is going to be content with just taking a nice slow dribble down and setting this offense, and why not? 15 seconds to shoot. 2:29 left to play. Cross-court pass intercepted by Rivera. Sarah Milligan threw a pass that the coaches don't like you to throw. Here comes Rivera all the way down. A wild left-handed shot up. Missed it. Rebound by Strimmel. Her shot was blocked. Ifelice in the backcourt. Ball knocked out of bounds by Washington and Jefferson. Presidents want a timeout. Case will have the basketball when they come out of it. And the Spartans are up 13 with 2:15 left to play. It's 58-45. Case with the lead.
You know, coming out of that last timeout, Case was able to tick off almost 2 minutes off the clock, get a bucket at that point, and extend it back out to a 13-point lead. At this point, it's a matter of just being smart and winding down the final 2 minutes, 15 seconds here. As Aaron Hollinger with 23 points, around 10 of 17 from the floor. She's looking for a career high, which was 24. She set that last year.
You know, it seems like Erin Hollinger's been around longer than she has. She's very much like Ashley Tondo was. Started as a freshman, a key contributor, and she's now entering her junior season, and we don't have Tondo, but we still have Hollinger.
And Caitlin Henry still on the wing, and as you mentioned, there were 6 freshmen last year that saw significant time. And those 6 freshmen are making impacts this year.
Yeah, 3 of them start. Ifelice, Iacano, and Miles, all sophomores now, all started tonight. And Chelsea Peck, Sarah Milligan, and Emily Muller, all 3 off the bench, all sophomores. Caitlin Henry with it, protecting it, ball out top. Aggressive defense now by the Presidents. They need to make up a lot of time and a lot of points here. Down 13 inside 2 minutes to play. Henry gets it stolen, but Vanessa Rivera picks up a foul. That will be her first foul. The point guard, the 5'5" junior out of Wilson High School in Reading, Pennsylvania. At the line, shooting 2 will be Caitlin Henry. Henry looking for her first free throw of the night. She's got 1 basket, a 3-pointer here in the second half. Free throw is up, and this one is good. Caitlin Henry, a 70% free throw shooter a year ago. Henry, the 5'11" senior out of Robinson High School in Fairfax, Virginia. Second free throw is up. This one's short, barely drew iron. And the officials say it didn't even draw iron. And they'll give the basketball to Washington and Jefferson. Spartans up 14. Minute 50 left to play. Seaman with the basketball for the Presidents. Emily Abraham now with it between the circles, back to Seaman. Seaman with Ifelice on her. Seaman dribbles in, forces a... Looked like she was going to force a shot up. Ball went out of bounds. Looked like it just went right off of her. It looked like she dribbled right out of bounds, but they'll say it went off Case. And Washington and Jefferson will keep it. They'll have 15 seconds to shoot. Presidents, Abraham with it, looking for the inbounds pass, and it's a 5-second call. So great defense that time by Case.
That'll be the 22nd turnover for Washington and Jefferson today.
Spartans have the basketball back. It's Felice, it's Henry. They'll bring it down. They'll bring it down to Miles, Hollinger, and Iacano. Henry with it, double team trap right in front of the scorer's table, pushing a foul. And they're going to say a travel. They knocked Caitlin over, which isn't easy to do.
They came over the back.
And they're going to give the ball to Washington and Jefferson, so the Presidents will have it. Down 14 with 1:24 left to play. Rivera will bring it up for Washington and Jefferson.
Hands in the pack.
McKittrick with it, left wing, with Hollinger all over her. McKittrick to Seaman. Seaman between the circles. Nice dribble behind her back. Off to Rivera with it. Now Rivera dribbles top of the key. Right side, working the right side. It's Walsh, Courtney Walsh with a nice soft right-handed hook shot. Right along that right baseline. She makes it, she's got 9. It's a 12-point game. We're inside a minute to play. 52 seconds left. Case is up 12. Opening game of the season for both the Case Spartans and the Washington and Jefferson Presidents. Aaron Hollinger with it, right wing. Between the circles to Felice with Seaman on her. Felice dribbles back to the right. Iacano, 5 seconds to shoot. Double team, kicks it off. Felice, 3 in the air. Back of the rim, no. Fighting for the rebound is Miles. Ball's knocked out of bounds off of Marissa. And Washington and Jefferson will have the basketball. 30 seconds left. And the Spartans are on their way to their first win in their first game of the 2010-2011 college basketball season. Rivera with it.
Very impressive win. Very impressive start to the season.
Rivera dribbles in, missed the shot. Walsh got the rebound. Her follow missed. Cotton down with it. Back to Rivera. Throws up an 18-footer. Rattles around and drops just inside the three-point line. She's got 7, and it's a 10-point game. 59-49, and Case will just dribble it out as the Spartans will walk out of Horsburgh Gymnasium tonight with a 10-point opening night win over Washington and Jefferson.